on this. All right. Happy November, y'all. I actually can't even believe November's here. I don't even know how this happened, but this year has gone by so dang fast. Okay, but here's the thing. So, I'm getting better at keeping these shorter, and that is always my goal. Okay, but I also need you to get the info that I feel like is worth hopping on for. I don't like talking fast. So there's my little balance. Okay, we all leave a little room for grace. But here's the deal. I want to tell you guys first things that normally our first Zoom of the month is like going through what's happening and like what you need to know. And I think that's important not only for yourself, but as you bring on new people or as you lead people on your team, you guys, half of leadership is knowing what's on the table and like the tools that you want to be guiding your team or your new distributors to pick up to get them winning. That is like half of it. So if you already know that you're not that great at that, that is one thing that you like want to put on your little list that you're like, I need to get better at being in the know and like checking our team page, but also getting on those calls on Sunday. You guys, it's not that I go and search the road to diamond for hours because I don't have that. Nobody has that, right? But really, it's just knowing when the time is. And obviously, if you have your little calendar, that makes it super easy. Or like just know yourself. If you need to set timers in your phone, set a timer in your phone. But like for me, if I'm not hosting a Zoom, I literally have an earbud in and I am taking in what is being said. Okay. So that is something, but I want to tell you, I went live in the Hive this time because I wanted to use this Zoom for something different. Okay, tonight I wanted to be able to share a little bit more in depth. And we're just going to go over just some different things. So just know that you can go find that on the Diamond Hive. It talks about the promotions happening, the bonuses that are here. There's awesome trainings that are happening on the road to Diamond right now. It started Wednesday and it's going through tomorrow. They're all good. Okay. And so your new people, you want them to go catch the one that happened on Wednesday. And then the one today, I think, was Emerald. And then the one tomorrow is Diamond and above. So, like, if you know in your mind, that's where I want to be is diamond and above. Like you want to hop on that call, right? It creates vision. It shows you what you're working for. It gives you the information. It's not overwhelming. Like I always knew where I was, but I wanted to know what I needed to be doing to get where I wanted to go next, right? So know that those are going on, but talks about our product of the month, all those things. Okay. So I'm not going to go over those things. We have a place to go find those. And obviously if you print this sucker off, a lot of that stuff is printed on here. Okay. So the other thing is I do want to highlight really quick is that this month we are doing a fun team contest. So we are doing the 7-11 contest. And so what it is we kept it super, super simple. Jen and I were like, what can we give back to our team? And I'm like, we got to do Taz Uggs. Like they're all over the freaking place. So listen, if you want to win a pair of Taz Uggs, can you just drop a 1 in the chat? Like I want to know if you guys are excited about those as everybody else in this world. I don't even own a pair yet. I might have to get one for myself and so I can match you. I don't know. Like we might be twinning from afar, but we are gonna give away a pair of Taz Uggs. And I was telling her, I was like, depending on how much it's hopping and people are participating, who knows? We might even do 2. So it is what it is. But we wanted to do that for you guys. You'll get to pick which one that you want. Hopefully, praying the availability on them is we can find them. I know that's hard, but before we even posted it, I did go check places that they are. I love platforms too. Is that because we're 80s babies? I don't know. But here's the thing. It is for every 7 enrollments. That can be 7 Perks members. That can be 7 distributors. That can be 4 Perks members and 3 distributors. It can be whatever mix and match that you want it to be. But for every 7 enrollments, you get an entry in. So if you have 14 enrollments, you get 2 entries in. Obviously, the more entries, the higher the chances that your name is drawn for that. So just make sure, we'll probably go pin the post to the top so that people can see it and it's easy to find. And then just make sure that you read the instructions in the post because that's how we keep it organized. Okay. But I hope that that sucker is hopping and I hope you guys are really excited about that because I think they're freaking cute. And who doesn't like to be cozy, right? Like we're in the cozy months. Okay. So the other thing is I did want to tell you guys because this is kind of what we're going to talk about tonight, but they are doing a book club. And I know like Brooke is going to be like, I'm in college. I don't want to read anymore. And or maybe you're not like that. I was like that because we were like assigned 300 pages for each class in nursing school, and I was like, dear Lord, I'm never picking up another book. But I do want to tell you, I am doing the book club. It's on Wednesday mornings. They kind of go through the chapters. They've only done chapter 1 and 2. You guys, the book is not long, but it is called Mind Shift, and it is, I've read it before. It is so good, and I'm going to read it a second time. But yeah, so Seabrook, maybe you'll be like, hey, I actually do want to read this because this applies to a lot of areas in my life, right? But here's the thing, you guys, 80% of this business is mindset. And that was something that just blew my mind. And as you are in this business a little longer, you're like, no, it is. Like, people take themselves out of the game over the silliest things and over the smallest things. And you're like, you came in with such fire in this vision for your future and a goal. And like, you quit on it in no time, right? Like, you can't do that. Like, you got to use your mind. You got to show up to things like this. You got to get around people that have the mindset that you want to have, right? Your circle matters. Like, we say that all the time. But even hopping on the different trainings, every time you hear those trainings, stories, like on Monday's calls, you hop on here and you learn new things. Your mind is growing, you're using it, so it's strengthening and your vision is expanding, plain and simple. Okay, so instead, you aren't going to let those silly things take you out. So here's the thing, tonight we are going to talk mindset and vision. And I'm also going to say, I'm going to drop a 2 in the chat if I can just be like real and raw. I want to be, if you're like, what does it mean to be like red, put my red hat on a little bit? It means like shooting it straight. Like, there's no fluff. Like, tell me how it is and how to get to where I want to be and what I need to kind of focus and possess to do that. Like, I was always the person that I'm like, I don't want the fluff. Like, I'm not afraid of work. I'm not afraid of committing to what I want. Like, just tell me what to do, right? And so that's kind of how our triple and above calls are. It is definitely how our ambassador calls are. And you know what? I leave those calls, like, I love it, because here's one of the things that I want to tell you. If you can learn to self-reflect on yourself and to take ownership in your business, you guys, you are unstoppable. You will always win. You will build your butt to the top and you will stay there. Plain and simple. Like, I never needed people checking in with me. I didn't need people to be like, Sarah, that wasn't a really good month. Like, I know when I don't have a good month and I'm okay saying it. I'm like, dang, what was I doing? Like, this isn't okay. Like, this does not align with the rank that I want or with the things that I want happening on our team. Like, I call my own self out. I don't even need people to do it, right? So we're going to talk about those things. And I want to give you a little bit of the tea that was on the triple call, because it was really freaking good. And I'm actually going to kind of interpret some of the stuff that was said just so that it applies and you're like, I know what to do with the information. Like, sometimes people would say stuff. I remember this one, especially when I was first starting. I'm like, what does that mean though? Like, I was like, what did they mean by that? And then eventually, as you're in a little bit longer and they break it down, you're like, oh my gosh, that's gold, right? So I'm going to like explain what the gold is to you. Okay. So, but here's the thing, is that we are here not only to find success, but to have long lasting success. And that is one of the things that I'm really big about, even for our team, because I've been here for 11 and a half years. And it's not because it's always been amazing. It's not because I've never lost a rank. It's not because I haven't had people who start and like don't even actually start, or that people haven't quit on me. It is truly because I continuously am close to the fire. I am always wanting to grow, not afraid of the work. I'm wanting to share this with everybody, not only just the products, but the business, right? And so I'm freaking committed. Like, I am here. I know what this does. And I'm like, I want this for everybody. So first things first, I want to tell you is that, you guys, we had a goal of 200 promotions in September for our company. Okay. That's actually pretty big, because sometimes, if you don't know, there's like what they call seasons, which I kind of call bullcrap on some of that stuff, but it is, some of it is there, right? But I was like, I kind of just was always like, no, you all know, if you've been here for a while with me, like, fall, if you can hustle and be committed and do the 5 things that I'm going to tell you to do today and hold yourself accountable to them, like, if you kill it in the fall, you literally will explode come the new year. And I learned that after my first year. And I've never forgotten it. Okay. So I talk about this a lot, but here's the thing. We had a goal of 200 promotions in September. You guys, we did like 330 something. So we overshot that by a ton. Then October, we set a goal for 300 and we hit 461. 461. I also want to tell you that in a season where some claim in our industry that there's not a lot of promotions, that is when I hit and overcame one of my biggest hurdles and I went triple diamond. That is when I finally like had built back to double diamond and kind of blew past where I was stuck and went triple diamond. Was in October. And then what happened after that is that my presidential came like 4 months after that, which is insane to even think about, right? So I want to tell you, if you can commit tonight and you really commit to taking in what we're talking about, and you apply it, like that same stuff can continue to happen. The other thing that I think is so cool that they just told us, and we have to wait kind of for commissions to come through, right? Prelims. But you guys, we had 204 re-ranks. Re-ranks in our company. Like, that's amazing. That's amazing. So really, if you like add those up, that's 665 promotions that just happened in our company in October. And 3 of those were presidential. So you're going to hear this a lot, but like there's no limits. We're going to draw a line in the sand tonight and we're going to do it very boldly, but there is no freaking limits. And here's the thing, who gets to say what the norm is? Like I say that I'm like, your season gets to be exactly what you claim your season to be. What normal is, we get to choose because we are business owners and we are with a company that has no limits. And so guess what? We have chosen from day one of this year with a brand new CEO that had come on, right? Back in December, we chose to make this an incredible year and we are freaking doing it. Like we are blowing past goals from last year and the year before, and momentum is gaining. And here's the thing that I know. I have been a part of momentum seasons in this business multiple times, and it will change your life if you are a player in the game. It is not enough to be sitting on the bench, okay? But if you are a player in the game, this type of stuff will completely change your life. That's what I'm saying. So it's an exciting space to be in, growing, promoting, sharing solutions with others, bonuses, extra paydays, monthly raises that you can give yourself. You have the ability to do all of that with this business, right? And here's the thing, some of you guys, you're like, I know exactly what you're talking about. Like, I just had a bomb month, or maybe the month before was like an amazing month for you. And some of you may be thinking, like, well, that wasn't how my month went, right? Or I haven't gotten to that yet, or whatever it may be. But here's the thing is that it's okay that you don't have a high month every single month. And it's okay that your high month isn't the same as somebody else's. Like, that's normal, which is why we stay in our own lane. But I also want to tell you, you get to choose. You truly do get to choose. So I'm going to ask you, like, did you call out in October that was going to be one of your best months? Because if not, that's why it wasn't. Like, it doesn't just happen on accident. These things do not happen on accident, right? And so these promotions, these 665 promotions that we just saw happen within our company, it's because it's doable, but it's also because they chose and set their mindset that they were doing that. Like, you have to make the decision, right? And so here's the thing that I want to say, ask yourself, did you actually show up with intention? Did you set time aside to show up consistently every day to put something into your business? Did you actually take the tips that we say and make follow-ups with every conversation that you had? So when you went to go follow up, it was easy. Like, you didn't drop people. You guys, I had to learn that I could not remember every conversation I was having, but I can write people's names down and I can follow a freaking list, right? Y'all can read. Everybody can read, which is why I'm a pen and paper gal and I make lists. But you have to ask yourself, did you invite people to do this with you? Was it just 5 people? Like, you can't just invite 5 people, right? And so, or you have to think, did I just kind of go with the flow of the month? Did I let things happen as they came? Did I allow life to take me away from working towards my goals, my dreams? And then the other thing, if you've had those months, everybody on here has had these months, okay, where you are like on top of the world, you're like, this freaking business is ridiculously good, right? And then all of a sudden, next time you're like, wait, what just happened? Like, where'd my people go? Why aren't people moving? And you kind of feel like this high and low. But this is what I want you to know is I want you to think of that month Um, or are you putting it in the chat, Lisa? The quote? I want you to think of that month that you were like, that was unforgettable for me. And I want you to ask yourself, did you show up like you did that month? That was unforgettable for you last month? Because you want to show up like your winning month. Anytime I have a winning month, I'm like, what the hell did I do that was working? Like, I am going to literally mimic that this month. That's exactly what I'm going to do this month. And so you just have to be honest with yourself, right? And so I want you to think of that month. For some of you, it was when you went Ruby. For some of you, it was when you went to a new VIP rank. For some of you, it was earning bonuses or whatever it is. And I want you to think to yourself, how did you show up and what were you doing? And I promise you, you were working daily. And I can tell you another thing, you were plugging in and you were around people that had a like mind like yourself and had goals that were relatable to yours, because it is so easy to let others throw us off, or as we pull away because we're too busy, that we let doubt creep in and we start second guessing ourselves. Our self-belief kind of goes down in the drain. And so you have to rethink to yourself. I want you to think, what were you doing in those winning months? And you're going to bring them to this month right now for November. Okay. So here's the thing. I hear things all the time, and I love that people share things with me, and I love to be able to work through people. But I want to tell you something, hearing no and then disappearing for a week, like, you can't do that. The no is not personal. Like, most times people are saying no to themselves because they lack self-belief, right? In whether they could use the products or maybe it's the business or whatever. You have a customer turn off their auto ship and you think, oh my gosh, there goes volume down. Hello, you have 20 some days to make volume go up. Like, you got to remind yourself of those things. And then all of a sudden you're like checked out for 2 weeks because a couple people turn their auto ships off. And then the 25th of the month comes when all the auto ships run and you're frustrated, right? You're like, why isn't my volume where it's at? Well, because you just let a no and somebody turn off their auto ship, like, suck the wind out of your sails. Like, that's silly. People turn off auto ships because it is an option. Okay, you guys? Like, people turn off auto ships for me too, but I'm going to tell you, people also keep auto ships on if you're serving those people, if you are sharing what you're using and why you're using and the results you're having, right? If you tell them, hey, you're about to run your 4th auto ship, I want to make sure you're getting the products that are working for you, or maybe if there's new products you want. But guess what? You also are going to get our free product of the month just for being a Perks member. Like, let them know what is happening and what's bomb about keeping your auto ship on, your monthly auto ship on, okay? But here's the thing, those things happen, but I want to tell you, I'm an ambassador diamond. It has never stopped me. It has never stopped me. So you need to decide when those things happen that you are not going to let those things stop you, because it is not going to stop you from succeeding. But if you let it stop you, then yeah, you aren't going to keep moving forward. You're not going to move the needle forward. The other thing is then on the 25th of the month, you're like, oh my gosh, I need 500 in volume, or I need 1,000 in volume. Y'all, we pull in as a team literally thousands in volume in the last week of the month. You can pull in 400, 500 on your own easily, but you have to start telling yourself that you can do it. And you need to train your mind to be like, I am running through that freaking finish line of November. I'm not waiting till next month. I'm not waiting till the beginning of the year. I am drawing the line in the sand, and I'm going to stop letting small things stop me from achieving the big things. Okay. We have to stop letting the silly things like that stop you from achieving the big things, like your promotions, your goals, all those things. Because if you can learn to work past those things, you will do that. You will grow past them. You will realize this is normal in this business. People turn off their auto ships. You're going to hear no. It's okay. You're going to sign some people that don't work, but you're also, if you keep going, you're going to sign people like the people on this Zoom that want to work, that are excited to actually put in the work because their goals mean something to them and they're ready to grow. Right? But you're not going to find them if you stop with just the people who like take themselves out. So here's the thing. You can choose to have a different month right now, and you can use the rest of the month. We have massive bonuses on the line that have the shortest payouts ever in our company history that are for you and for your new people coming on. The other thing is I want to share with you, our team goal over the next couple months is for people to have a holiday where it is less stress, that the memories made are not the ones that are left on our credit cards, right? that they have more time to do and enjoy the things that they want to do during the holiday season, that they have the ability to say yes to the extras during the holiday season because they're making those freaking weekly bonuses. And this is not only for people that are on our teams, but you guys, these are for our potentials that are coming in. Our quick start program, these people can be pulling in an extra $1,000 easily for the even over the next couple months, no matter what comes with their rank that they're going for. Okay. So here's the thing. I want you guys to know that there are so many people waiting for what we have, and we have the solution for it, right? So think to yourself, who can I help have the best Christmas season of their life? That was one of my biggest ahas. And I swear it's something that you hear over and over, and we're in that season. It can be an aha moment for every single person here, for everybody that's on our team, and for everybody that's joining our team. So I'm going to share with you 5 things that these 665 people are doing to promote, to re-rank, to earn bonuses, to move the needle forward, even amongst the busyness of life and a holiday season. Okay. These are things that never go away. The busyness, you guys, like I'm telling you, I always say this, that I love that I've been in this business for a lot of different seasons, right? From like baby, one baby to like 2, 3, then my babies are growing big. Like I've been here. It does not get less busy. So you can never let that take you out. You can't be like, oh, when things slow down or when this goes down. No, if you can think to yourself, where am I going to fit in 25 minutes today for my business? Where am I going to fit in 25 minutes this evening for my business? Quita will tell you, she had a little call and she was like, Quita, you should put it in the chat. But I sat and I think, and I've shared this so many times. I'm like, again, this is like one of those things where I'm like, I have always worked this business in the nooks and crannies of my day. And you're like, what does that mean? You guys, I do show up for my business every single day and always have, but it is not sitting down at a desk for an hour at a time. Like that might be great for somebody, but that's really not me. I'm a busybody, and it's never how I needed to do anything to do this. But literally, like Quita's saying that, Meredith told me to set a timer and to fit in 3 25-minute sessions of work. That is crazy for you to literally build an insane business. Okay. So here, I'm going to break down these 5 things for you. And I want you to write them down because these are things that are needed to move the needle, to grow, to promote, to go and get these bonuses that are on the table. Okay. So number 1 is you have to know your goal. You have to write this down. What is your goal? I want you to write down your goal for November. And then I want you to write down your goal for December. Okay. And we're going to break this, and it has to be specific. It cannot be vague. Teach yourself to be as specific and as intentional as possible. Like the vagueness just doesn't work, okay? So I want you to know what rank that is. It can be, if there's a bonus attached to it, if you get that bonus, what could that help you with, right? Like attach a meaning to it, because the meaning is what motivates you. Instead of just chasing money, you want to chase the meaning behind it. Okay. That's what motivates you to move your feet. So I want you to tell yourself, how many customers are you going to roll? I tell people this all the time. I'm like, do you know that if you go in and you try to enroll 12 customers, that each of those $50 bonuses, that covers your auto ship and your website. You are literally running your business for free. Your products you get to use for yourself if you are earning 3 of those perks member bonuses, plain and simple. Okay. So ask yourself, how much do you want to earn in those weekly bonuses? So you have to remember, if you are outside your quick start program, which I'm looking on here, everybody is here, myself included, we get to go for the perks member bonuses. We can literally earn as many as we want. And then the match it bonuses, which are $150. So every time one of our new distributors earns $150, we get $150. And we can earn as many of those as we want, right, on our people. So those are what we can earn for the weekly bonuses. So you can go ask yourself. And the thing that's cool about focusing on the weekly bonuses, you guys, is that it is teaching you to focus on the right things to build you to these ranks. That's the whole point of the bonuses. It's not like the bonuses are just like little, like cherry on the top. The real money is in building that business. But if you chase those weekly bonuses, you will be building the business. Okay. So first is knowing your goal, right? It's a decision. You set your goal, you work for it, and you don't stop until you do it and achieve it. Plain and simple. Okay. Number 2 is committing to it. This means like no excuses. You do not change your goal until you get it. So commit, it means to, the commitment, this is what I was going to say. It is not a one-time decision. You guys, committing is literally a daily decision every single time. And one of the things that I remember somebody telling me that was like such an aha thing is you have to push to believe in yourself. You absolutely do. Like you have to show up and continue to believe in yourself, believe in your goal that you are capable of doing it, believe in what this business can do for you, the impact this company can make on your life and others. Because as you continue to move forward, believing in yourself, that is when others start believing in you too. Okay. And that's when they join you. That's when they trust you. That's when they choose you to either be their mentor or to help them get set up with products. But it is not the other way around. Like so many times people are like, I'm going to wait for people to believe in me and then I'm going to start building my self-belief. You got to work and commit to those daily actions, and your self-belief is going to grow. And as it does, guess what? Other people's belief in you continues to follow that. Okay. So commit to what you're doing, that goal that you wrote down for number one, and do not break a promise to yourself. Okay. I always say, like, if you're looking for shortcuts, there's not any. Like, there's not any. But what I want to also tell you, like I always say, if you're looking for a shortcut, you're going to fall short, right? And people listen, we learn by doing, right? And so sometimes that's a huge slap in your face, and you're like, yeah, it's just not worth it. Like the short road is not worth it, right? It's worth it to just take the extra mile. Always, 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 always. I have learned it. I decide to do it that way, and I swear to you, I'm always rewarded when I do it. Okay. But here's what's awesome about not trying to take shortcuts is that in that space is when you gain resilience. It's when you gain confidence in yourself. You feel empowered. And one of the best things that it does for you is you show yourself and you realize that you have full control once you get control of your thoughts and mind. Like you literally have full control of it. Okay. So number two is committing. Remember, it is not a one-time decision. Committing is a daily decision. Okay. Number three is consistency. Again, this is I just was talking about, embrace the work, right? Embrace the effort that is needed. I thought this was really good. Like there is no talent, aesthetically pleasing, beautiful pages, pictures, whatever it may be, resumes, degrees, experience. None of that replaces commitment and hard work. The person who commits and works hard will trump anybody with any of those things I just listed. So there's so many times, you guys, people will be like, well, my page doesn't look like that, or my photos don't look like that, or my selfies don't look like that, or I don't have this network, or I don't have this type of degree. You don't need that. You don't need that. You just need a goal that means something to you, and you need to commit to it, and you need to work hard consistently for it. And you will literally trump the educated people, the talented people who do nothing with that. Right? So, and honestly, this is the thing. All you need to do is be consistent with your core four. And how you do those core four, like we talk and we share ideas all the time of how you can grow your network, right? We talk about reels, we talk about host to post, we talk about how to friend people, we talk about different messages. But here's the thing, these core four things, how you do them, you get to choose because you're the business owner. So the core four is growing your network. So that can be in person. It can be, Carly does it. Like she'll see somebody on TikTok and then realizes she lives by them. And she's like, dude, let's meet up. Like that's amazing, you guys. You can have little get-togethers and be like, dude, let's do a sip and sample. You can come try some of the products, whatever it is, right? So how you grow your network, it doesn't matter. You just have to grow your network. Being in conversation. We know that conversation equals conversion, plain and simple, right? There is money in the messages. Following up, it is needed. You guys, I don't even know the statistic. I can't even tell you, but I swear to you, it's like people need to hear and see things 7 to 9 different times. And so again, going back to like the little things that take people out, like if you're going in with the mindset that every time you have a conversation, if it doesn't convert to a customer or distributor on the first like interaction, you're kind of setting yourself up for failure. Like that doesn't happen, right? I have a lot of people that sit and watch me for a long time, or that I have to follow up with or encourage multiple times for them to actually order or become a distributor. That's just part of the game. And it also shows that you're invested in that person. Like if that's your potential distributor, but you're only willing to have one conversation, and then if they don't say yes, you're like, peace out, right? They're like, dude, this chick isn't gonna put time into me and teach me how to go Ruby. She doesn't even want to have a second conversation, right? So you want to make sure that you're following up, and then obviously putting out your content, because that's what turns your sales sign on, right? And then forming relationships, which for us, that's interaction. Okay. All of those core things, if we are doing them consistently, you guys, you will be enrolling customers and distributors. Like you will. So anytime that's not happening, I always even ask myself, I'm like, what are you doing more of that you're, and or like go back to my core four and I'm like, okay, am I only doing 2 of these? Or am I missing some? Or maybe if I am doing all 4, like you got to be honest with yourself. You can't lie to yourself, right? And you'll get nowhere doing that anyways. But you got like, there's things that I don't like to do, but I'm like, dang, that's necessary. I actually like follow-ups because I voice people and I like nail them out so fast because I also make a list because I know my mom brain. And I also know that Instagram only keeps like your top 30 conversations. And then from there, it like brings up conversations from like 246 weeks ago. It's weird. So my lists are important so I can go back and find my people. But I'm telling you, I always will go back and I will find the things. I'm like, girl, you're not interacting. If you're not interacting, you're not forming relationships. You don't have new people. You're posting to the same people. Like, get it together, right? We need all 4 of the things. Okay. So consistency is number 3. They are consistent. They are not showing up one day here for 10 minutes and then going MIA for 3 days because life got busy. They are showing up daily and they are finding those little pockets where they're like, for 25 minutes, I am sitting down intentionally working my business because this goal matters to me. Okay. Number 4, celebrate. You guys, people don't do this enough. And I was one of them. Like I'm a worker. Like I'm like, yes, give me the stuff. But you have to learn to celebrate every single win because it brings fun, it brings pride. And here's the thing. Multiple small wins over and over start accumulating, and that is what adds up to the big ones. That is literally what adds up to the big ones. It's that these people, when they're promoting and they're growing, they are committing to showing up daily and they are going for the win for the day. That's what they're going for. And then the next day, it's a new day. They're going for another win, whatever it may be. Maybe it's like you follow up. Finally, you had all these conversations, but all of a sudden follow-up Friday comes and you're like, I just signed 4 customers. It wasn't because the messages that you sent that day, right? It was because the conversations that you've had probably for the last 3 weeks with people. That's why you get wins like that. You get big wins like that because of the small things that you do every single day. So here's the thing. You go for the Perks member bonus. You guys, that's 300 in BV. I want you to ask yourself, how close were you to re-ranking or your promotion, or what did you need to maintain that rank? I bet you it was close to 400 to 500 or 300 BV. Like literally 1 PM bonus, that's 300 BV. So you have to think, if you're doing that 3 times, that's 900 BV, right? So the other thing, think if you go for 3 foreigner friends for yourself, that's 3 PM bonuses. That's 150. Your business is covered. Your auto ship, whatever, it's covered, right? But then you also just got 900 in volume and you have 3 new team members that you can earn match it bonuses on. And if you just enrolled 3 new team members and 900 in volume, you almost built a Ruby. Like if you now teach those people and you get 1 match it on both of those people, you literally built a Ruby by doing 3 PM bonuses and you have 3 new team members. Right? So celebrate every freaking win. You got to be like, yes, you got to shout yourself out in this business. And that's the thing. I will never hawk on people. This is the cool thing about not having a boss that's like breathing down your throat. But man, you got to get loud. You got to be like, I just freaking signed 2 customers, or like get even loud for your girls. Like Carly texted me and she's like, also just signed 2 customers yesterday. I'm like, that is freaking huge, right? Like that's big. So make sure number 4 is that you take the time to celebrate every single win, no matter the size. And then number 5 is confidence. Okay, confidence. This is what I'm going to break down for you. I'm going to lend you some of my confidence right now. Okay. And I actually do want you to write these things down that I'm going to share with you about our company and what we have our hands on. Because I want to tell you something, you guys. Our company has a lot of things that other companies are like, how are you doing that? We want to mimic that, right? And they're at these things like, and it sounds probably crazy, but like network marketing companies actually do work together, even though they're different companies, right? So anyways, but we have a company that has things that people want, which means if other companies are wanting to mimic it, like our potentials want that, right? We also have solutions that so many people are praying and looking for, plain and simple. So here's a few things that you need to be freaking confident about and loud about when you are talking about this business and you are talking to new people coming in, okay? One of it is our community and culture. It is literally unlike anything else. And I'm going to tell you why. We are in a space where we want to help each other. We are not working against each other. We want to see each other win. We uplift each other. We link arms together. We celebrate each other and we believe in each other. You guys, most workplaces aren't even like that. Like I am telling you, you get a promotion because you've worked your butt off at work. Guess what? The girl over there, she's like, I've been here longer. Well, guess what? You're not working as hard. Like plain and simple, right? Or your attitude sucks or whatever it may be. But guess what? They're not happy for you. They're like, why is that not me? That is different. And here's the thing that I want you to know. People, when something is different and it is offering positivity, they stay. That is one reason why I always chose to work hard in this business, because I loved what I did, but I sure as heck didn't necessarily love everybody that I worked with. And this was just different. This was different. Like the community and culture is just different, right? And so that's number one. Number two, we have affordable, clean, high quality products that people are looking for and need. You guys, we still remain one of the companies when they do ratios of like distributors to Perks members. Like it's important in our industry that we have customers, right? Which is why we are not a pyramid scheme. Yes, Quita, thank you for your words, right? People will say like, is that a pyramid scheme? No, pyramid schemes don't have products. Like you have to have customers. No, this is a freaking business, right? So here's the thing, but we have that. You guys, our ratio is still one of the top in all of the companies. So our ratio with our company of the people that buy our products is still one of the top in the entire network marketing industry. That's freaking bomb. Okay. And there's another reason as to why that is. And that's one of my reasons that's listed. So number two, we have affordable, clean, high quality products that people are wanting and looking for. Okay. Number three is we have one of the best quick start programs that's out there, which means the people coming in have the ability to make awesome money and they can make it weekly. They are not waiting a month to get paid. They are not waiting 2 months or waiting to hit a rank. They literally can make money without ranking up at all. And it can be even past 4 figures. Okay. Number four, we have a powerful, united field of all ages. All ages. We have from super young, and actually, that is one of our biggest, our ratio, our percentage in our company is like Gen Zers. Okay. So which is crazy, but what's awesome about that and what's cool about that is that's because our company is always evolving. Okay. So that is why we have that. But we even have the people all the way up through I'm so bad at this, but like millennials and Gen X. I think it's Gen X, right? Yeah, that's even older. So we have a powerful united field of all ages. So again, what does that tell you, you guys? You want to be going for everybody, not just your own age group. Like it can be people older than you, it can be people way younger than you. It does not matter. This is for our company and our business is for all ages. Okay. Number five, we are a debt-free company. Y'all, that is not that there. I don't even know. I think there might be one other company that is like that, but I want to tell you what's so important about that. Not only is that part of their vision and the reason behind bonuses is to help people get rid of their debt. So whether it's car loans, it's student loans, it's credit cards, whatever it is. But guess what that has allows us to do? It allows us to take chances as a company, and it allows us to create new things. So number six, which leads us into number six, and that is that we are always evolving. Literally, our company is always evolving. If you are always evolving, you will always be growing. That is a company and a place that you want to be a part of. So if you need confidence, I just gave you 6 things that you can shout to the rooftops to people and you can be loud about, because that's what you are a part of right now. Okay. So those are the 5 things that we go over and that we were going over on the triples Zooms. And I also want you to know that let me see what this siren says. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, no. Anyways, so what I want you to know is don't stop and start. Like, don't work so hard one month and then check out the next month, or don't work so hard at the end of the month and then like wait for prelims to show up, or what, like keep your foot on the gas, right? Like get your pace, be consistent, commit to what your goal is that you wrote down for November. And I want you to know that if you keep going, guess what happens? Your little bits that you're doing every single month, when you show up the next month like that, you're adding things on. That's where promotions happen. That's where double promotions happen. That's where all of a sudden you see your check double. That's where all of a sudden in 1 month you pop 3 rubies and you're like, how the heck did that just happen? Like, I worked so hard for my first one and then all of a sudden I just popped 3. Guess what? It's because you kept going and you set the pace, because when you do that, it unlocks new achievements. It allows you to dream new dreams and get you new experiences. Okay. So here's the thing. The point of tonight is we're drawing a line in the sand. You're setting your goal. You're putting it in motion by committing to it. You're going to do it in those 25-minute work sessions. There's not a single soul that can tell me they don't have the focus to sit down for 25 minutes. Yes, you can. You set a timer and you do the things knowing that your goal means something to you, okay? And then we can be celebrating new personal records this month, businesses that are in new places, and then what our team goal is overall is a holiday season that we have way more joy, peace, and less stress, right? So that is our goal. So one of the last things that I just heard on the Diamond and Above call, and it was so good, and I bet you some of these girls caught it, but this is the thing. It is not a big enough goal to think like I'm going to maintain. Our goal should always be to grow and to win. You need to have a winning mindset. You need to go for the wins, okay? So I want you to think to yourself, what wins are you going to create in your team? And what wins are you going to lead your team with this month? We are, what is it? Is it the 8th? We have a lot of months left. We have Black Friday that's coming up. We have so many things. Like, get your butt in the game. Start doing your core 4. Do the 5 things that we just talked about tonight. And y'all, you are going to have a November to remember, plain and simple. Okay. And then you get to take that and you get to bring that into December. And then now you've added 2 months onto each other. And that's how you're starting your new year. If you've never been here in this company at the start of a new year, you're going to be so excited that you sat down tonight and you committed and you did these things. Okay. So last thing I want to tell you is we have an opportunity call tomorrow night that corporate is putting on for us. In our boards app for our team, I want to tell you that I just want to tell you where it's at. It's on here. Okay, this is actually, we used to call them enroll-a-thons. But there's little message templates and there's even stories that allow you to use, and you can put it out there to see if people want to listen in to the opportunity call. And then you can send them, we'll have the information tomorrow morning and you can send them to the Zoom. It is all being talked about for you. And again, it will probably touch on some of the things that I shared with you tonight, of like the 6 things of what makes our company stand out and what other companies are like, what are you doing over there, right? What are you doing? We want to do the same thing as you guys. But anyway, so I wanted to make sure that you guys know that we had the opportunity to call. So I want you to think back of all those conversations that you had and you follow up with them and you invite them to this. The worst they can say is no, right? But you also will probably have people that are like, they're coming in on the Christmas crunch and they're like, yeah, I want to be able to make some weekly paydays, right? That's a game changer for anybody. I don't care how much money you're making. So let's make sure that we get loud about it. Let's utilize the opportunity call and make sure you draw a line in the sand and get your goal. And then we are doing the things that follow. We are committing. We are being consistent with them. We are going to freaking be loud and celebrate every win. And you can do that on the little UGG promotion contest that we have going on. And then what was the last one? Did I forget it? What was after celebrate? What was it? Oh, confidence. We've got that, right? We got that. We're leaving with confidence tonight. So we got that one down. Okay. So if you guys have any questions, if you have a question, you can put it in the chat, but you shouldn't be shy. This is like a very good group. So if there's anything that I can help with or expand on, let me know. If not, have a good night, you guys. I'm so excited for where we're continuing to go. This momentum is because of y'all. Like, it's going to just continue, and the more people that we bring in, they get to spread it like wildfire, just like we're doing. Good night.